Hi everyone, Kate here. Today I wanted to talk about the constant changing within your relationship with your child, and how important it is to keep assessing where your boundaries are and what your expectations are, and changing your relationship and being the one who initiates the change within your relationship. So all the way from early infancy all the way through to adulthood. It's just a constant thing which you're just going to have to be aware of. So when they're little, when they're young, everything's all about them. You know, when they'll tell you when they need to feed, when they need to sleep, when they need comfort. You know, that's the phase where it's all about them. And then gradually that changes, and you know, start putting in some more boundaries and expectations, and you can start communicating. You know, it's a two-way street. It's not just them communicating, you know, their needs and you responding to those needs. And how you respond will largely determine how well you can connect and how bonded your relationship will be with your child later on. So I always think, you know, the first stage is it's all about the child, it's all about bonding, it's all about responding to their needs. And then as you can communicate more and as they grow up, you know, there's more expectations, there's different boundaries for, you know, the child at different phases. And just make sure you're constantly reevaluating, you know, whether you're asking enough of them, what you're asking is reasonable, you know, whether they're ready for a next step, whether they're ready to have their boundaries enlarged, and whether they're ready for more responsibility, for a bit more freedom, because, you know, it really does need to be a slow, ongoing process, so that by the time they are a young adult, they have the skills and, you know, the qualities and the confidence to be able to deal with, you know, real life. And also, you know, you're going to have much less frustration and much less angst if you are constantly developing your relationship. So I always feel like I need to be like one little step ahead of the kids. So I'm always sort of going, okay, where are we now? How can I just push them a little bit more, or give them that little bit more freedom or that little bit more responsibility, so that they're constantly being challenged and they're allowed to grow at their rate, so that our relationship naturally matures and changes. Because you know, you really do, you want your relationship's going to go from all about you being the mother, to you being, you know, more of you know, an adult to adult relationship. That I hope will make, you know, your teenage and young adult years much easier if you've constantly grown and matured your relationship, and if you've been the initiator for that, because it shows them that, you know, you actually are aware of their stages and what they are capable of, and you do trust them. Every child's going to be different, every relationship's going to be different, so it's really up to you to be able to assess and acknowledge, you know, where your child's at and where your relationship's at and what needs to change, and to be able to tweak it, you know, as you go. So anyway, just a little quick video on that one. Yeah, hope you find it useful, and I will speak to you soon.